Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching I Allegedly. Got a good one for you today. I'm out in the peninsula in Newport. Just a nice overcast day. People launching their boats. It's a beautiful way to start your day. Today, we're going to talk about how we keep getting all these worldwide notices about inflation and the big problems with it from banks and big people. But I'm going to give you first-hand accounts from farmers and people that are subscribers so you can hear exactly what's going on in the real world. Before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget the Webull promotion. If you guys sign up for Webull, link is below. You get 2 free shares of stock. If you fund the account with anything, they will give you 3 more shares of stock if you fund it with anything, and it could be worth up to $9,600 in free stock. Also, if you want to trade crypto, it's arguably the easiest place to trade crypto, and if you fund it with $1, they will give you $5 worth of free crypto as well. Now let's get into it. Michael Hartnett from Bank of America. He is the chief strategist for Bank of America, and he says that there's going to be basically shock and awe when it comes to the inflation and the spike that we're about to experience. Okay, that's great. Nothing like a bank coming out and saying this. Deutsche Bank just came out and said that we're going to have inflation, and we've talked about inflation, and people are kind of sick of inflation. But what we want is we want our politicians and our leaders to do something about this so that we're just not twisting in the wind, because, you know, these people went to college, okay? I think they went to clown college, but, you know, we're supposed to believe that these leaders that were voted and selected by our peers have our best interests at heart. And clearly, I don't think they do. I don't think they care right now. But the average person is absolutely experiencing a huge problem right now with all of this. And this is only going to get worse right now as we move forward. First things first, inflation. The shock and awe of what's about to happen, it's only going to get worse. And if you believe that inflation here in the United States is at 8% and Canada could be approaching 10 and the UK approaching 10, it's ridiculous, guys. You know, if you look at the way inflation was calculated when I was a kid, inflation would be pushing 20% right now. We would have interest rates much higher. We would have the world in a completely different place. Nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody wants that world right now. But look at a few things. Right now with the Ukraine situation, think about this. The majority of the produce that we are eating right now came from 2021. If nothing changes with Ukraine right now, if things stay exactly the same, they produce some of the largest amounts of corn, different soybeans, different rapeseed, different barley, wheat around the world. Right now, they're at 50% production right now. If they do nothing else, it's going to be cut in half. You don't think that's going to affect prices? You don't think that's going to affect worldwide shipments, food, everything globally? It is, okay? Now, add to that, you've got the fact that fertilizer has gone up dramatically. And think about this. Regina, out of Ohio, has a small farm. Her family's been in the business quite some time and grown up in this, and sent me a letter that was fantastic. And it was just detailed about how precarious everything is right now. Fertilizer right now, here in the States, is up between 500 and 1,000%. 500 and 1,000%, if they can get it, okay? There's that. The next thing is seeds, okay? Seeds are so scarce that they cannot get it again. You don't just plant year-round and hey, let's grow corn today. It doesn't work that way. There's a seasonality to vegetables. There's a seasonality to alfalfa. There's a seasonality to oats, to grains, to everything, okay? You know, you just don't throw radishes in the ground and they just grow year-round, okay? That being said, the problem with this is the amount of seeds that are out there is limited right now. Okay, that's going to affect things. The amount of fertilizer, if they can get it, that's affected. But you're seeing people not want to accept this. They're, okay, it's going to be fine. This is going to be okay. It's going to get fixed. There is going to be global food shortages, without a doubt. Let's just say conservatively the end of the year, okay? The fourth quarter of this year, October of this year. Now, Personally, from everything I've seen, this is going to be much worse sooner than that, because who is the #1 importer of food on the planet Earth? Okay? The United States of America. Okay? Now, guys, this is terrible. People need to get themselves aware of this. If you have the ability, like Regina, who expanded her garden, expanded growing there, expanded berries, expanded raspberries, all these different things, boysenberries, everything that she's working on right now, you should do the same thing. If you could get yourself to a farmer's market, get in touch where your local farmer's market is, because this is the local growers that are putting things together and selling, you know, not their crafts, but their food that they grow. And I love these places because, you know, you get the organic farms, you get people that sell different vegetables and different things that you may not be able to get at your local supermarket. You need to look at this and take this seriously. If you do not have a farmer's market near you, start your own farmer's market. This is one thing that I am huge with, because there are certain things, you know, it's funny when you deal with municipalities and cities and nonsense and permits and things like that. There are certain things that are difficult to do. If you wanted to have a swap meet or a flea market here in Orange County, it's difficult to do because the sales tax and all that stuff. Sell food, give away food, that's different, okay? It's much easier to put this together. You know, and again, if you want to set up an organization with your company, think about this. If there is no farmer's market in your area, set this up. Be the person that sets this up. I don't care if you're a termite company, go do this right now, because to have your name on this and to have people come out every week to the local food market, I mean, that would be very cool, okay? This is only getting worse, guys, and it's not getting better. And this is not gloom and doom. This is reality, because, you know, as I sit down and as I've planned and I think about the food and storage and things like that I have, my friends, I'm really worried that this could be not enough. And again, the people that are in charge, with everything that we've seen right now, this is a mess. This is an absolute nightmare. And in my lifetime, I've never seen politicians that, oh, don't worry about it, it's going to take care of itself. You know, Maxine Waters is a congressperson in the LA area who's an imbecile, okay? And she went out and told a group of homeless people at an event this week to go home because she didn't like what they had to say and had no idea that these people were homeless. So again, guys, these are the people in charge right now. But do you think they're going to feed your family? There are areas in the country right now that have locked up baby formula because of the theft and because they're rationing it right now. So again, you're not concerned about that? Start your own farmer's market, guys. I'm telling you, start your own Facebook group for food, for sharing. And again, here's the thing. I had somebody reach out to me that was trying to get, they were owned a beauty salon, and there's certain hair dye color, gave me the lot number. And again, I said, you know, go on Facebook, start a Facebook group for different salons and start sharing things, because let's face it, what's popular in this area may not be popular in LA. This woman may have a drawer full of that stuff, okay? So again, be in charge of this. You want to really lead, you want to get more customers, start your own Facebook group within your city. It's free. Within your county, state, small business group. Feeding people this way, knowledge, food, you know, farmers markets, all this stuff this is going to be the thing of the future right now, guys, because you're going to see prices in stores. They haven't even gone anywhere yet, guys. They are going to shoot up so high for Deutsche Bank and Bank of America, for these people to finally get forward and to step forward and say that this is a problem. They haven't seen anything yet, guys. So this right now is a global mess. Nobody wants to admit it, but this is something unlike we've seen in our lifetime. The last time we saw anything like this was during the Great Depression. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Let me know what you think. I think that that it's just bad right now. But as far as the, hey, it's their birthday up there. But as we go through this time right now, everybody needs to work together. We need kindness. We need to understand that there are people out there that are struggling. When you think about that charity that we helped, Joseph Dream House, think about this. I learned a lot from Fran. Learned a lot about nutrition, and as a classically trained chef, she's just really a very bright woman who is very well educated and knows this industry very well. But think about this. There is a month for hunger awareness, which is pathetic. The month of September is Hunger Awareness Month. How wrong is that we have to have that? There are people out there that are not, that are hungry right now. That's crazy. Okay? There's that. Plus, think about this. Fran had over 100 donors that were giving monthly checks to support her organization. She has over 30 of those people now that were giving money a year and a half ago that are now getting food from her. And Fran is limited with the number of people that she can take in right now. And again, that's sad. So we did a great thing by having the baseball game, and money's well spent. Boys and Girls Club are going to attend. It's fantastic. But again, we need to work together on all of this stuff. But you guys, this all starts with your own home. Start with what you can do to have a plan with everything right now. You know, think about the money that you have. Oh, Dan, I put away all this money. Okay? That money right now, let's just conservatively say it's losing 10% a year right now. You know, they say that commodity prices are going to go up. Gold, silver, oil, you know, all that stuff is going to platinum. It's all going to go up. That's fantastic. You know, I love the gold and mining stocks and silver stocks and things like that. They will shoot up during this time. You'll see there's going to be different things that are going to happen. But again, you need access to money, access to things that are tradable. I love physical silver for this reason and believe in it wholeheartedly. I also believe in the power of food, and think about this. Regina brought up a great point in the power of food and the power of alcohol and, you know, making boysenberry wine. How the value of homemade boysenberry wine, what that's going to be worth when all hell breaks loose. Okay? You can call her crazy, you can call her anything you want, but absolutely right. Which, this leads to a story that's kind of funny too. Amazon in New York just voted to unionize one of their local distribution centers. And Amazon wants it thrown out because the union reps and some of the hierarchy that wanted the union vote passed out marijuana to people and used that as a, hey, here you go, please vote union. So remember, weed is a gateway drug, guys, okay? It leads to bad things. You can unionize, for example. Which is kind of, when you think about this, it's kind of funny. So the story's below on that one that Amazon wants to throw that out, but hey, get high and unionize. So I just love to see the posters people made for that one, but I don't think they made posters. This is a very serious topic, guys, and it's something that if you knew that trouble was coming at the end of the year, I think it's much sooner. And oh, you're so gloom and doom down. Guys, I'm telling you, if I make no more videos right now, I'm okay. That's all I gotta say. And food, people around me, protection, all that fun stuff. It's all good, okay? I just think that you guys need to seriously look at this, because what if there are food shortages? Massive food shortages. What are you gonna do? Take it seriously, guys. Please take it seriously, okay? Share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Let me know what you think. As I walk through Newport Beach, there's always different cool things to see. And outside the American Legion Hall, they've got this helicopter parked here. Very cool. But Vietnam era, very nice. I'll get inside of that thing and take a look at. Guess we're letting kids climb inside. Couple things. They put together a list of all the rents around the country and who had the highest rent. you know, and I thought, okay, it's going to be New York. No, it's 3 of the 5 are in Southern California, okay, or California. And it was shocking. You know, Napa is basically up there. Hawaii is up there. Places like that that have really high rents. You're going to see more and more of this, guys. You're going to see more and more of a problem with rents globally. Get people that write me from Australia. This is something crazy that in Australia they thought I was nuts that we didn't know this. But, you know, here rents are calculated basically by the month, okay? Now, in Australia, you pay your rent by the month, but it is calculated on a weekly basis. And people are seeing massive amounts of rent go up during this time. Tall ships out here getting ready to go out. But that's kind of fascinating when you think about that. But you guys, there is no end in sight for this. This is not going to end, you know, really quickly, and you're not going to see things drop down. Next thing is Elon Musk. Couple things. You know, it's going to be nice to see what happens with Twitter, just to see if he does take control. Once the board seat happens, they're freaking out. You know, is it relevant right now? Is Twitter important right now to all of us? You know, I rarely use it, but, you know, let me know, guys, what you guys think about this right now. But here's something fascinating about Elon is that it looks like Tesla is going to go mine their own lithium right now. They're not going to wait for the lithium mines to produce this right now. So that being said, again, when you're the world's richest man, you have access to certain things and you can ask for things. And I'm telling you, the power of the ask, guys, the power of just asking around and who do you know and what can you do, there's a huge value in that, okay? So, you know, we're not all Elon Musk, there's only one. But this guy, being able to do this is going to revolutionize lithium mining if they solve this problem himself and take care of that. So, you know, there's that. The final thing that is absolutely crazy in this segment is this. Think about this. American Airlines, okay, arguably the largest airline, okay, is having such a problem with staffing and with fuel pricing that they have decided on certain connecting flights that you won't have a connecting flight. You're going to hop on a bus. So let's say that you fly from here, you know, and then you're supposed to hop on a smaller flight and fly to, you know, Davenport, Iowa. No, hop on a bus, guys. They're going to start making people go on a bus. And people are shocked at this because, needless to say, if I bought an airline ticket and I was sitting on a Greyhound, an hour and a half later, I'd be furious, okay? So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be upset about this because it wasn't in the cards of wasn't what they originally expected. But this is the shape of things to come. This is not a good sign. Staffing, remember, this is the greatest economy ever, guys. People have, you know, there's so many jobs, everything's great, best employment record in our history. Unemployment's so low, it's unbelievable. But you get places like American Airlines that don't have pilots to work. Now, here's the thing. As people age out, and in that industry, you know, it's funny. When I was a kid in my 20s, and I'd hear about somebody 40, I'm thinking, oh, that guy's really old, okay? Then you get there, and you're like, that's not old. And I feel I'm younger than my parents were, to say the least. But I just think as we get older, and as you look at these mandatory requirements for retirement that they had with the airlines, is that good? Now, you know, you don't want, you know, somebody with no motor skills to handle your plane, and I understand all that, but these are the public docks you can walk out on. But has American Airlines lost their mind? Is this a good thing or a bad thing with them? So please share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I really want to know what you think. And if you think that, I mean, you know, when I was a kid and you traveled on a plane, man, it was an experience. It was great. The food was great. The movies were great. The stewardesses were friendly and they were there to help. And it was just such an experience that I will never forget. It was part of travel that was so good at one point. And now, it's what you dread. You dread hopping on that plane because, you know, it's a big cattle car. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, because I think that we're going to see just more and more insanity, and you're going to hear more and more of this. Other thing is, good old JetBlue, because of staffing problems and fuel problems, they're cutting more routes this summer. So you're going to have less and less JetBlue routes this summer. Who else is going to do this, guys? that's the thing. You're going to see more and more of this in the coming months. So who else is going to go out of business? Who else is going to cut back? Who else are we going to see this with? Great article out of Yahoo Finance. And it was, what's the right thing to do? Should you buy now or wait out the real estate market? And I love this because when you read this, it makes it sound like you should buy. And you don't want to wait. The market is solid. Things are good right now. You just don't want to miss out right now. Okay? That's nuts, guys. Absolutely nuts. So, that being said, take a look at the article below. But you've got certain celebrities that have sold their properties lately. First one is Scarlett Johansson out of New York. She had a condo that she bought in 2008 for $2.1 million. Now, she's made just a scads of money right now with her film career. And she just sold the property for $1.87 million and took a loss since 2008. Now, think about this. Was that the height of the market when she bought it? Is that what we're experiencing now? Okay, we may never know. Did she just overpay for this condo, this New York 2-bedroom condo? Now, they had the condo listed recently for rent at $6,500 a month. Would that cover the payment? You guys tell me, okay? Again, is someone going to buy this thing and just pay cash? But someone bought it for $1.87 million, okay? The next one is Mark Wahlberg. Now, Mark Wahlberg's got his property listed right now for $87 million. Kaboom, okay? 6-acre parcel. Now, here's the thing. This guy bought this thing in 2008, again, bought it for $8 million, and it's got a 5-hole golf course on it. It's got, you know, just acreage of land around this thing, 6 acres to be exact. It's got 12 bedrooms, 20 bathrooms, just a stunning piece of property. The link is below for you guys to take a look at that. But again, you know, Mark Wahlberg, is it worth $87 million? I think he's getting out at the right time. As your kids get older and you've got an $87 million asset, get rid of it right now, because I don't think things are going to look the same, you know, a couple years from now. I really don't in that real estate market. Now, that being said, it's just a trophy property that I'm sure someone will pay top dollar for. So share your thoughts on this. But again, with real estate right now, with rising interest rates, aren't you concerned about this? I tell everybody to take a look at this, because the difference between 5% and 3% a year ago is night and day. And was talking to a neighbor that paid $60,000 of an asking price at a friend's house, next door to a friend's house. And we just had to get in, just the need for it. And spoke to a waitress who just bought a house, who, listen, we didn't get the city we wanted. We didn't get the house we wanted. We got 2 less bedrooms than we needed. Okay, kids are gonna have to share a room, but we got a home. Okay, huh? I don't understand why anybody does this, okay? So share your thoughts on this stuff right now, you know, guys, because look at Scarlett Johansson. Again, look at all the money she's ever gonna need. She's not gonna, doesn't need to pay rent, okay? Or worry about rent. But did she buy at the top of the market last time? And again, that house basically never recovered from the last market downturn. I've seen areas here in Orange County where the houses sold for $1.3 million last time. They're not at $1.3 million, but they're at the top of the market right now. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Really want to know what you think. I'm back over by the helicopter. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. They're banking related. I'm going to kind of wrap them all together. First thing, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, there's a letter, there's a note below in the video description where they're reaching out to all the banks saying, hey, if you guys are working on crypto projects, don't forget that you have to get our approval. You need to have us involved in this. Well, okay, I thought the banks were against crypto, so now they're for crypto. With the Zuckbuck comments, I had a lot of people write me. One of them in particular, Celeste out of Colorado. When she grew up in Colorado, they had a Kingdom of Breckenridge festival. Now think about this. They printed their own Kingdom Bucks or Kingdom tokens that were basically like gift cards, but they were money and they were printed that you could spend at the festival. You could prepay for them, get a deal on them, and spend the money there. Basically no different than your gift card today, but it was Kingdom of Breckenridge and Kingdom tokens. The event eventually got in trouble by the feds because they said this is actual money and you guys can't do this. So they shut it down. Now, again, absolutely fascinating that they did this. Her story's great, but it reminded me of a story that I read about 15 years ago where there was an elementary school that they wanted to teach the kids. The teacher thought, wouldn't it be great if these kids learned the value of a dollar? They learned finance, they learned how to balance a checkbook, they learned the value of money. So they set up a store, they set up a way of earning their fake money. The school printed their own little cash out of the mimeographer, they printed it and printed their own money, okay? Kids saved it, stacked it up, and then on open house, they brought a banker in and they thought they were going to get this wonderful, hey, you kids have done great. You learned about finance and you learned about how to save money. No, the banker chastised everybody and told the kids that they were breaking the law and they could be arrested, which is something everybody needs to do to an elementary school student. So if anybody can find that story about that douche, I would love to find out where that guy's at today, but it was like 15 years ago when that happened. Now, the final story is a basketball player from the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. This guy just won the NBA championship last year, but he plays for a man who's a hedge fund owner, and the hedge fund owner has given all his players advice on how to save money and what they should do in the future. This is right by the Lighthouse Cafe, guys. It's a restaurant. Food's pretty good, okay? But it's right in the bay, so you can sit there and eat and have a nice meal there, okay? So think about this. Mr. Antetokounmpo, he has got, think about this, 50 banks with $250,000 in it, 50 separate banks. It's $12.5 million, I added it up, that he has because he's concerned about the federal deposit limit with $250,000. So, you know, Mr. Lazarus should be happy because this guy seriously took his advice. But again, guys, how much money do you have in the bank? Are you protected? You know, no, we're not basketball players making, you know, $75 million. But look at this, okay? So take all this stuff seriously, guys. Look at the problems with inflation. Look at the problems with food supply. Look at the problems with preparing. JP Morgan, the people that have completely manipulated the price of physical silver, have said that commodity prices are going to go up 40% in a short period of time. Okay? There you go. From the horse's mouth, the horse's head. Jamie Dimon. Anyways, that being said, guys, they have analysts and things like that that work for JP Morgan that are much smarter than Mr. Morgan. But they have said that we're going to see commodities go up 40%. So that's all wrapped together, okay? Please don't forget the like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget, if you want more access to me, we have a Patreon channel. Don't forget to join our email list. We send out emails a little over once a week right now. And onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.